All right, this is the Defy Bucktown. Bucktown. So Defy has three kind of typical backpacks, let's say, that are like, made for normal day pack use. One is well, actually they have four. They have the Verbuckle day pack. They've got the Verbuckle. Those are roll tops, and the Verbuckle's the biggest. The Verbuckle day pack's a little bit smaller and has some different pouches on the outside. They've got the crap. This is another thing where you don't do your homework before you make a video. They got another one, another pack that's the smallest. It's like 18 liters, and then they have this guy. This one seems to. I would guess this is their best-selling backpack. I don't know that. I haven't asked. I don't have access to that information, but just because of the size of it and the variety of materials they offer this pack in, I'm going to go ahead and make that assumption. But, sometimes assumptions are wrong, and that makes you look like an idiot. So I could be totally wrong about that. This version is still being sold, actually, by Defy, and it is the black red rum X pack. So it's got the black X pack on the outside and the red X pack on the inside. I'm not normally a synthetic materials kind of guy. I always kind of prefer wax cotton, but I'm really glad I got this in X pack because it is essentially waterproof. And then with these AquaGuard zippers, I can be outdoors with this indefinitely, and anything inside of it will effectively never get wet. I mean, if it's possible for anything in there to get wet, I have yet to experience that. I had been using the Insidious sling for a long time over the summer. The variant of the Insidious I have is all ballistic nylon, which is, fairly water resistant, but it's definitely not waterproof, and this definitely is waterproof. And there's a couple reasons I quit using the Insidious. The first one is the shape of the Insidious was not conducive to being transported on my bicycle. I use a basket on my bicycle. In fact, I'll show you real quick. I use that basket. And the Insidious kind of hangs, because of its length, it kind of hangs out over the side of the basket. So if the basket is, sometimes it'll be full of, like, I'll fold up my jackets or some work clothes and stick them in here. And then the Insidious would sort of sit nice on top, but it's a little hard to keep it in place. And then normally when it's sitting in here with nothing in it, it sort of just hangs out the side, which makes steering the bike kind of weird because it's just unbalanced. And when you have your load in the front, it's kind of annoying to have an unbalanced load like that. So that's one reason I've kind of swapped over to this, because it's narrower and so it fits in there nice. The downside to that is, of course, it's tall, so it comes up really high. So I had to move the headlight on my bike down lower, which, some people think that's a big deal. I'm fine with it. But the other thing too is this being X-Pack and being on the front of my bike, I ride my bicycle to work year round. And not just to work, I ride it all over the place as my main form of transportation. And because of that, like if it's windy and raining and whatnot, whatever I've got in my basket is getting wet. And this is awesome for that. And I just sort of happy accident chose the right material for it. One of the things that we'll notice here on the front is it does come with a Velcro patch on it. It came with a Defy patch that I just peeled off, and I have to put my Umbrella Corp Tactical Intervention Team patch on there because everything I've got's got something to do with Umbrella Corp. Maybe one day I'll grow up, probably not. And the other thing I did is I took the Oxblood Mr. Gripper off of my Insidious and I put it up here. And I'll talk about that in a minute. And then, of course, I got some more bling. This is my Umbrella Corporation parking pass. So, without further ado, we'll get into it. This is a 23-liter backpack. You have a bottle pocket on each side. It's a good-sized bottle pocket. So, here's like a 21-ounce hydro flask. Yeah, fits in there just fine. I haven't tried to put a full-size Nalgene in here. It's possible that could work, but kind of your slimmer bottles fit in here no problem. I've been keeping my glasses in there for the time being. But, and then on this side, same thing, exact same size. I keep a tourniquet and an Israeli bandage. I like to keep those on the outside because that way I can get them real fast if I need to get them. And then we have this front pocket here. So this front pocket goes in and it stops at the top of the pocket. So there's not, you can't get into this area. It's just right here. And then it goes down all the way to the bottom. So it does go down deeper than the zipper. It goes all the way down to the seam. And, you know, that's good for maybe some documents or flatter items, you know, pair of gloves, stuff like that. I currently don't have anything in there at the moment, but it's kind of nice. Like I'll take this backpack to play Pokemon with my son. We go to the local game shop on Sundays and we play Pokemon. And I always get him a pack of cards, and so it's nice he can open his cards and I can just kind of throw them in there and then we'll deal with them later. And then we have a front panel here, a dual zip. Open that guy up. And that comes down. You can see the red X pack on the interior. And there's my work keys and my work ID. I carry an extra beanie in there. These are some more medical supplies. That's a pinch tube for a stenter. A pair of vinyl gloves in there, and then this is just like charging accessories. So you have a decent amount of space in here. Normally I have my hand warmer in here, and then I'll have some pens, and then I've got extra batteries for my headlamp and for my pocket light that I like to carry. So there's all that, and that is a sizable pocket. It's not very deep, but it is very tall. So that's an excellent sort of administrative pocket there. And then the main compartment. So this is a pretty simple backpack. And we can zip all the way down to the, roughly the top, just a little bit past the top of the bottle pockets. And on the inside here, I've got a level 3A plus body armor panel. And that is a laptop sleeve. You can fit a good size laptop in there. I mean, I have a 13-inch MacBook Air, which, you know, fits in there no problem. I think a 16 or maybe even a 17-inch laptop should fit in there without any issue. Then we have a zipper pocket here. Currently, again, I'm not using it. It does not go all the way to the bottom of the backpack. There's a seam. I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of like right here. So it goes down about like 4 inches roughly, and it's the width of the laptop pocket, easy to operate. And then we have two sort of dump pouches right here that we can use if we want. I've kind of become a fan more of organizing with individual pouches like this because I find that I have to change what I put in here. So like it's nice to just be able to pull this stuff out and put other stuff in. So for example, I don't need to have like 6 backpacks. I just want, you know, like 1, maybe 2. Like maybe I get a internal or external frame backpack, but I haven't been hiking like that and backpacking in a long time. So this suits my needs. But, you know, I don't want a bunch of backpacks. So having the way, you know, having the ability to pull my tools out, this is just work tools in here, pliers and a battery, an M12 battery, stuff like that, is nice. And then I can throw in my Pokemon card boxes, or I can throw in some, I have a baby coming, so I can throw in like, I'll have baby kits and a couple of these, and I can just throw those in there real quick, and I'll have everything I need for the baby, stuff like that. I have, this is might be somewhat interesting. It's not actually, it's a DeWalt case, and it has a couple DeWalt bits in it, but most of the bits I've swapped out, and so there's a mix in here, a lot of Milwaukee and other stuff, but this is just sort of catered to the maintenance that I do. And then the maintenance man's best friend, the M12 Surge. The M18 Surge is just as good, but I prefer the M12 just because the batteries are smaller, so it's a little bit easier to transport batteries. Obviously, if you use that thing all the time, you're probably going to want an M18 because the batteries will last a lot longer. And that's it. So there's a Pokemon card pack thing in there. So yeah, you can see that the second layer of X-Pack is on the back end of this and goes all the way to the bottom. So the bottom is 2 layers of X-Pack. The back is looks like it's 2 layers of X-Pack, so it's the red and the, yeah, it's the red and the black. So, and it's padded. It feels like there's actually padding in there. And it feels like there might actually be some padding in the bottom as well. Nothing in the sides, and then of course the layer of X-Pack that separates this administrative pouch from the main pouch is just one layer, which honestly is probably just fine. I don't know why you'd need 2 layers there. So very simple layout, very simple organization. It works great for me. And then we'll kind of get more into the details of how it's built and what it's made from. So the zippers are all YKK AquaGuard. So I don't know what the water resistance rating is for the zippers, but I have yet to have any water get through these zipper tracks, which is awesome. If we look at the side here, like where there are edges on this bag, they use seatbelt material, just like the seatbelts in your car, fold it over, and that's how they finish their edges. There's more seatbelt material here up each side. The other side is exactly the same as this, and you have a D-ring for donglies or danglies. And yeah, it's well stitched. The stitching is excellent. Of course, we have a grab handle up top. The grab handle is very well finished seatbelt material. Honestly, if I didn't already have a Mr. Gripper, I may not necessarily have even bothered to get one for this because this handle is quite good. And I do carry it this way frequently. I'm not a one strap guy. I actually like sling bags, but for the ease of on off, I'm in and out of the bag a lot. You know, the backpack is really nice when you throw it on your back and you're carrying it a distance and you're not like constantly setting it down and getting into it and so on and so forth. When I'm at work, I'm in and out of my bag all the time. So like I'll carry it a short distance, set it down, and then I'm working in and out of my bag. And so for me, like having to put a backpack on is annoying, and I don't really like to do the one strap thing. So having a good grab handle so I can just carry it like a grocery bag, you know, that's nice. And the Mr. Gripper does make that more pleasant, you know. It definitely adds a little bit of meat that makes it easier to, you know, carry that way. It's certainly not necessary, but, and it does look sharp. You know, you can get these in different materials and different colors. Along the top, the reinforcement for the shoulder straps is more seatbelt webbing. The shoulder straps themselves are padded, and they are finished up with more, once again, seatbelt webbing. They're really fond of the seatbelt material, which is nice. It has a nice feel to it, and it's very durable. And then we have loops sewn in the straps, so you can hang stuff there. You can get a sternum strap, and you can, you know, have a sternum strap if you like. And then down here, the adjustment on the strap length is a simple friction. You know, it's got these kind of aggressive teeth in it, and so it just sort of springs down and clamps down on this seatbelt material here, and that's what keeps it from loosening up on you. And it's very easy to just pinch this even while you're wearing it and then adjust your length. And then you have a nice little leather keeper on each one that sort of keeps the strap from flapping around, which is kind of cool. And again, same on both sides. We have a little bit of X-Pack here at the end of the strap where it sort of attaches to the adjustment. And then down here we have X-Pack that takes the strap back into the pack. And you know, I mean, I've worn this thing quite a bit, and it looks like it's holding up great as far as that goes. And this is, I'm gonna guess, like 20 pounds worth of stuff, you know. And like 20 pounds in a backpack constantly is like all the time. This thing just lives with 20 pounds in it for the most part. So, you know, it's holding up well, and that's a good thing. It partners, it does double duty. It partners with my Recon Mini really well. This is just a shoulder bag. I've done a separate video on this guy, and this is like my light duty, you know, just for me kind of thing. So this is like going out to the park with my son or going to work because I got my tools in it, and you know, I can put my lunch in there. I can put my hot beverage in there, and there's plenty of room for all that in one self-contained unit. So this is like the family going out doing stuff, getting work done. And then this is like the just me kind of going out on the town sort of thing. It's quite a bit smaller. This is rated as a 4-liter bag. This is rated as a 23-liter bag. So, you know, I don't want to carry a giant backpack around all the time. So if it's just me going on a short walk or going to a friend's house for a couple hours. You know, a lot of times I'll take this with me because I have some things I need to have with me medically and whatnot that, you know, make that experience a little easier. And this is a light enough bag that shoulder carry is not fatiguing even over a long distance. So yeah, but this carries great. You know, one of the things you'll notice is it's a very simple back. There's no provisions back here for venting. You know, it doesn't have any kind of frame in it. It doesn't have anything that's going to make it stiff. I will say the level 3A plus armor panel that's in here certainly helps give the bag some body. So I'll tell you what, I'll pull that out and we'll see. It stands up pretty well on its own even without the armor panel. You can see it's a little floppier up here, but like it's actually, the foam padding in here does give it some rigidity. But you know, because of this material and because it's just totally flat, you know, if you're doing a lot of rucking or something, I don't know that this is the best choice for that. Like probably you'd want some sort of a framed backpack, whether it's internal or external, something that's going to give you a little more airflow. You know, but GoRuck sells bags that are similar to this, and you know, I wouldn't have any problem at all putting 50, 60 pounds in this bag. You know, I don't know that that's something I'd want to do every single day for miles and miles, but you know, for, you know, a 5 to 10 mile jaunt, you know, having 50, 60 pounds in here, I don't think would be the worst thing in the world. Yeah, so there it is. That's the Defy Bucktown. They make this thing a million different ways. So they have X-Pack. This one's X-Pack in, X-Pack out. It's black and red, obviously, but they sell X-Pack in, X-Pack out with all different kinds of colors. They have ballistic nylon with X-Pack. They have solid ballistic nylon. They have wax canvas. They have leather. They have mixtures of all that, different colors. They're constantly changing their colors that they offer this in. They have a really cool one that has football leather on this front panel. So it's got that dimpled football leather texture to it, which is really neat. As far as I can tell, the leather paneled ones do not have the Velcro on it. So it's just a plain panel. Of course, you could probably sew your own Velcro panel on there if you wanted to. So yeah, there's lots of different options with this guy. I think out of the bags that they offer, this is the only one that I've personally owned and used, but it just seemed clear to me that this was going to be the best one for me. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit smaller than this, they offer that. And if you're looking for stuff that is about this size that has slightly different arrangements, they have that. And then they have bags that are way bigger than this, up all the way up to the Rover, which is like a duffel bag, and it's made to be carried like a grocery bag. It's made to be carried via a shoulder strap, like a duffel bag, and then it also has backpack straps that are real high quality. And you could definitely use it as a backpack, but it's I think it's like 35 or 40 liters maybe. It's a pretty big bag. It's like a large duffel bag. So yeah, anyway, real happy with this. Real happy with the material. It seems to be pretty durable. It's definitely weatherproof. And it's, you know, it's great for jaunts to the post office or jaunts to work where I have electronics or cardboard or paper and I don't want anything getting wet. This is a great option for that. And it's comfortable enough for all day wear with moderate loads, I would say. So there you have it.